Hey cuties, what's going on? So a lot of people are confused, so I'm gonna come here to help you guys out. So for the new maps, there are new icons above these units. A lot of people don't understand what they mean. It's pretty straightforward, but let's go to the legend stages right here. So these two stages, they are very difficult stages, but I'm gonna try to help you guys to be able to clear it as easy as possible. So for most of you, if you don't have unique units, which most of you don't, it's going to be very hard to solo. But if you get a group of people and pay attention to what units are in each one and what they are weak to, then you will be able to clear it as long as you have the units for it. So for Legend Stage 1, this one is basically based around physical units. Like, you'll need to bring a bunch of physical units, and if you want to know what units are physical, all you gotta do is go to your inventory and let's go to somebody like Miriam. If you click on view, it will say attack is physical. And what I mean by physical, like they're weak to physical in the game. I'll go into the game in a little bit too and show you guys, but in game above the units they have these little icons. For physical, it have like a little axe, and for magic it will have like this little blue fireball or something like that. If it says 25%, 50%, 15%, whatever percent or whatever, and it's like a blue fireball or a red axe, that means you do that much more damage with that like affinity, basically. So if it had like a 25% axe, like it's red, means physical units would do 25% more damage to that unit, well, to that enemy. And then if there's a shield behind it, say there's like a 100 shield, 200 shield or something like that, and if it's red, let's just say that it's the red axe with a shield behind it, it says 100, 200, that means, I don't know how much it negates the damage by, but physical units will do less damage to that mob. So if you bring a physical unit and attack a unit with a physical unit and a shield, then you'll be doing less damage with a physical unit that way. So that means you have to bring a magic unit. Magic units include units like Gojo, Yuta, stuff like that, and they are really strong on the second stage. The second stage has a lot of enemies that's weak to magic. So for the first stage, you want to focus on bringing a bunch of units with physical. Miriam is pretty good. Sukuna is good for debuffs. He's a physical unit, and he also allows you to do 20% more physical damage. You basically just want to bring a bunch of physical units. So Miriam, Sukuna, I'm trying to think of other ones. Kent is not that great, but he's also got a physical damage unit. Just basically go through all the best units you have and look to see which ones do physical damage, and you want to bring the best ones out of those. Urza Lightning, what's Urza Lightning? Urza Lightning is where is she? Urza Lightning is physical. So if you have Urza Lightning, you're gonna be like in very good shape. All you really gotta do is bring Urza Lightning. You could probably place a couple of Urza Lightnings. Like, you and your group can bring a couple of Urza Lightnings. Y'all be able to clear a lot of the enemies out of the way. The only hard part with the physical ones really is, well, for both of them actually, is the bosses. And then the second stage, I'm pretty sure it has flying units too. I don't think the first stage has actually, the first stage does have flying units, but it's physical flying. But if you have Urza Lightning is gonna be your best friend. She does a bunch of damage and she's physical, so she'll be able to take care of all the physical units, and I mean all the physical ground units and the physical air units. And there's not really any units in there that are like weak to magic. All of them resist magic in the first one, and the second one is basically the opposite. You just want to bring a bunch of your magic units. So bring Yuta, Gojo, those will be your carries really. And then for magic airs, Geto is magic, but as we all know, he doesn't attack airs until his last upgrade. So if you don't have them, I don't know, are there any air like heal hybrid magic? I think Cell is magic. So if you have Cell will be a very good bring. Otherwise, you'll probably just have to bring Miriam or any other magic unit, every other air unit you have, even if they're physical, and bring them anyway. Like, you'll still be able to do damage to them, you just wouldn't be able to do as much. But let's just go into the second stage, and then we can go through on like not how you can clear it, but like just what all the icons look like and stuff like that. And also to go over what these legend stages are for. So for this new update, there are relics and there are new units that you need to evolve. For the relics and those new units, they require special material that you can only get from these legend stages. So depending on whatever units you have, I would just recommend just keep grinding the easiest one you can do right now. So for me, this magic one's the easiest one I can do because most of my unique units all have magic on them. So, and because I have uniques, I'm able to solo. You will be able to do it with a team. It will be very difficult. Like I said, you just have to bring the right units. So as I said, make sure you pay attention to what units are what affinity, and then make sure you and your group or whoever you're playing with has like those correct units. Like right here, it says 150%. I mean 150 physical shield and then 30% magic. Well, this little magic icon right here, whatever. So if I were to put down Miriam or Sukuna or whatever, I don't know what percentage. Like I said, I don't know what percentage it lowers it by, but physical units will do less damage to them. Meanwhile, this Gojo will be doing 30% more damage to this devil. So I know a lot of you guys probably already have Gojo and Yuta, so definitely you want to always bring them. As I said, they are like hard carries. They're definitely hard carrying me in these as well. And then, as I said, for the physical one, you mainly want to bring Lightning Urza. You want to bring a Sukuna. I'm still bringing the Sukuna for this anyway, because I think Sukuna still does dismemberment. And I really just have him here to break shields. I need to replace Sukuna for Crush. Crush will be very, very good for this one as well, because a lot of these units have shields and stuff like that. You want to break off the shields and stuff too. And then right here, as you can see, once we kill certain units, they drop certain materials. So like, I think these normal mobs can drop like ores and stuff like that. They'll drop like ores and other like common, maybe rare materials and stuff throughout the lobby. So remember, empty tome, I think that's another rare one. It could be an epic one. I have no clue. I think it might be an epic material, but they drop this random rarity materials that you'll need to craft relics. And what relics do, relics, they will give certain buffs to your units. We don't know what they like, what exact buffs they do yet, because I don't know if anybody has gotten a single relic yet. But all we know is from what the update notes told us is that they buff your units. Basically, they give certain buffs to your units. So we'll figure that out whenever we get enough. Whenever we get enough material to craft the relics. But then the boss also drops material. Let me go upgrade the stuff back here to Yuta. Oh god, wait, that's a flying unit. Oh shit. I'll probably get Erwin for that. I might actually I'll sell Miriam and place him back up here. We'll be fine. But the boss also drops some material, and the boss drops some legendary, I think, material or something like that. And with that material, you don't use it for relics, but you use it for the Evo items. Like I said, the legend ones are used for relics and evoing, like and evolutions. So they drop every new unit needs like 15 of the cursed ones and the enchanted ones. The enchanted ones come from the first map, and then the cursed ones come from the second one. You'll need 15 of each of those, and basically you gotta kill the boss for each time. Like each time, you can only get them by killing the boss. So every single game, you'll have to kill the boss if you want to grind to evo the new units. So it's gonna be pretty difficult to evo the new units because of that. But if you're good enough and you want to put the grind in, like, you can do it as long as you bring the right stuff. I feel like I did a lot of repeating myself, but I think I got most of what I wanted to say out the way. So we're just gonna hurry up and get through this, and then once we get to the boss, I'll show you how the boss is just drop it every single time, I think, but he might, but we'll see it again. Once we get to the boss, I'll show you guys to see if it drops the stuff, and it'll pop up at the bottom right of the screen. Also, before I go, in order to see the stuff at the top, by the way, in order to see what they're weak to, you have to click the heart at the top. If you click off the heart, you won't be able to see any health bars. You won't be able to see anything unless you hover over them. To make it easier, just click the heart at the top, and then you'll be able to see everything. One last thing. So people have been saying buffs are broken and stuff like that. What I think happened with the buffs, they no longer show like the physical numbers up here. So you see how now they added the 30% and stuff like that up here. So I think the way the buffs work, I wonder if it will show up here. So if I place down the Erwin, upgrade him, I wonder if 25% damage will pop up there. I wonder if that's how it works. So let's wait until another one comes up, and then we'll like upgrade it. And the reason why it might not do extra damage for some of you guys, Erwin, so there's another buff unit in the game as well. Wendy is a magic buff unit. So if I had Wendy, I threw Wendy down, and I used her to buff. These units will say 60% up here, because she gets a 30% magic damage buff. Irwin is a physical damage buffer now, so he would not work on magic damaging units. So to buff Gojo and Yuta and stuff like that, you'll need to have a Wendy. So I kind of made the mistake of bringing Irwin. I probably should start bringing Wendy and stuff now just to help buff the Gojo and stuff like that, because she can buff like off placement, which is different for Irwin. Irwin, you have to get him to like, you have to upgrade him like 3 times in order to buff. Wendy can buff off of placement, so that makes her really fucking good. But like I said, let's see if the 25% buffs comes up. Let's do, I want to get him in range. Maybe I gotta get him in range to see if it pops up. So I'll wait for this one to get closer. Gojo's probably gonna kill him though. Yeah, he died, but I think this one I can get. So let's dedicate your hearts. See, it says 25% pops up, but then nothing really happens. So I don't know how the new buff works. So I assume maybe it might not pop up here, but I think they still do extra damage. It's just not visual. So as you can see, like the Sukuna's buff, like Sukuna's number didn't go up, but I think the buffs still work. They're just not visual anymore. You won't be able to see the actual numbers. Then again, it could just straight up be bugged. I have no clue, but I assume that's how it works because they have yet to fix it. They haven't said anything about it at all or even address it. So I assume that's just how it works now. I don't know. Just to let you guys know that it might not be bugged, it's just not visual. Alright, so here's the boss. The boss has 100 magic shield, but he also takes 25% extra damage. I don't know how much that cancels out, but let's go ahead and pop the Infinite Void. Gojo is going to make quick work of this guy. It's not really going to be too much of a problem. Boom, 350k damage there. He just needs one more attack. He's going to die again. Let's see if he drops. So yeah, he dropped us 1. Wow. Last time he dropped us 3. That time he dropped us 1. But yeah, he drops the Cursed Magic Stone, which you'll need for the evolutions. So we got Demonic Horns. We get like a bunch of different Evo materials and stuff like that afterwards. So let's go back and check out the relics and stuff again real quick, so I can like explain more like how it works or whatever. So if you go over here by Escanor out in the middle, you'll talk to Gilgamesh. He sells the relics, so you just talk to him, continue to craft relics. As you can see, you get a bunch of these usually after every single run. If you use these to craft ingots. Ingots you'll need to craft just about everything else. See the relics down here. To get the Clover of the Wind, you need 60 to empty tomes, which you drop from doing those things. Fairy wings here, fairy circlets. I don't know, fairy circlets you have a chance to drop from one of them too. I don't remember which one. I haven't got any of the wind splinters or the fairy wings, so it says it's taken from the stages, but I guess you just have a very small chance to drop. So it's going to be very difficult to get these. As you can see, you need 60 of these. I've only got 2 of those so far. Like you gotta do a bunch of these, right? This one you need 200 magic scrolls for. Holy shit. But yeah, you need like a bunch of stuff. You have to do so many of these stages in order to get like any of this stuff for this relic. So relics are going to be probably unattainable for a while, but you get these from just doing the stages, and you just got to do a bunch of them, and eventually you have enough to craft a relic. And then, as I was saying about the stones, there's also a gold shop here too. I mean, I covered this all on stream. This is not part of the video anyway, but there's the gold shop there. But let's go over to the evolution thing. So for any of the new units so far on my main account, I've only gotten Yuno and Noel. Sadly, my alt account has gotten just about every other damn unit. But if I want to evolve Yuno, if I go try to evolve him, you'll need 40 of the new XP materials, and then you'll need 15 of the Enchanted Magic Stones you get from stage 1, and then 15 of the ones you get from stage 2. So every single unit from the new update needs these. So you have to get basically 60 of them. You have to get 60 stones. 60 stones. 60 for each of them for each unit, basically. So it's going to be a lot. Wait, is this 60? It's 30, 45, 60, no, 75. 75. You need 75. You need 75 stones up, like 75 each stone in order to evolve every single unit. Granted, you probably won't have to, because from what people were saying, Yami is not really that good, and Noel, if you are like a leaderboard player or whatever, you're not really gonna be using Noel. But Asta, I think, is probably one of the best ones, first ones you should go for. If you need a healing unit, I'd say go for Yuno too. You basically want to try to get Asta and Yuno, basically. Those two are like the main two. Luck is a limited unit, but I don't know how good he is necessarily. But if you really care about getting your limited units and stuff like that, you can go for Luck as well. But mainly those three, like the first 3 you want to go for. So yeah, I think I covered all I could. I hope I helped some of you guys out if y'all were like very like not understanding. Like y'all didn't understand like how it worked or whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep running these legend stages so I can try to hurry up and evolve this Yuno and do a showcase or some shit like that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you boys in the next one. Peace.
Oh yeah, Maj. This the one right here. What it do? Sauce up on you too. You know I'm drippin', baby, and you drippin' too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too.